Hello everyone and welcome back once again. This is your civics teacher here, and this time I am here with a brand new chapter of NCERT grade 8, that is understanding laws. Students, as you all know that a person is a social human being living in the group called society, and he has to do various activities for his livelihood in this society. And students, some activities of an individual are good or some are bad, or in other words we can say that some activities of an individual are beneficial for the society, whereas some are harmful to the society. So students, in order to regulate the activities of an individual human behavior, a group of set activities is introduced by regulatory authorities so that no individual can harm the other individual in the society. And students, this set of rules is called law. Students, if you remember, in your previous chapter, means in your chapter number 3, we learned and discussed about the law making process in the parliament. And we also learned that how Parliament enables citizens of India to participate in decision making process and to control the government. And we also discussed some key features of our Indian Constitution. So students, by now I hope you have understood that the Parliament is in charge of making laws in any country. So students, in your this chapter, Understanding Laws, you will find the answers to questions such as: do laws apply to each and everyone? How do new laws come into being? Could there be laws that are unpopular or controversial? And what should we as citizens do under such circumstances? So students, at the end of this chapter, you will get the answers of all your questions. So let's start. Now students, let's find out answer of first question of yours, that is, do laws apply to all? Students, as you all know that we are citizens of an independent nation called India, and here in India all persons are equal before law, and the law of our nation cannot discriminate between persons on the basis of their religion, caste or gender. And students, this statement, rule of law, means that laws are applied to each and every citizen of India, whether he is a Prime Minister of India either or normal citizens of India. Means neither a government officer nor a wealthy person, and even the president of the country is equal before the law, and any crime or violation of law has a specific punishment as well as process through which the guilt of the person has to be established. Means there is a same punishment for a crime, whether it is a president of India, a government officer or any wealthy person. Now students, let's understand that how do new laws come about. Students, when a new law is being drafted, then the Parliament has a key role, or we can say an important role, in this law making process. And students, there are many ways through which this law came into being. And students, mostly it has been observed that different groups of the Indian societies raise their voice if a country needs a particular law. And students, while making laws, the lawmakers in the parliaments need to be sensitive to the demands of the people of our nation. For example, several lawmakers, students and activists came together so that an act to prevent domestic violence could be formed. And students, for making a new law, a bill, should be passed at every stage of the process. And students, in this whole process, the voice of the citizen plays an important role. And the voice of the citizen of a nation can be heard through TV reports, newspapers, radio broadcast, local meetings, etc. And students, all of this help the lawmakers in the parliament to make laws more accessible and transparent to the citizen of a nation. Now students, let's understand the formal process of making a law. Students, this process of making a law can be started with the need of any new law or the need of amendment in any existing law. And students, this may be done by the government, by the people's groups, means to say the non-governmental organizations who are living in the society, who work for the public awareness. Then students, after this, the concerned ministry drafts a bill which basically contain the desired law that the citizens demanded. And students, then this bill is disseminated to other relevant ministers in order to modify it or to make changes in it. And it also induced to the public to take comments from the people as well. Then students, after making the desired modification and changes in the draft, the bill is passed to the Law Ministry Department, who stimulate it and make it a sharp view on the draft. And then this draft or the bill is presented to the cabinet for the approval. And students, when the cabinet approves the bill, then it is introduced in either house of the parliament, means Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. Now students, after introducing the bill in either house of the parliament, there are basically 3 readings of the bill in both the houses. Then students, in the first reading, a bill is introduced in parliament. And students, in this stage, means in the reading first stage, there may be an oppose of the introduction of the bill and consider for the voting in the house in the support or in against of the bill. But students, it is very rarely happens that any debate or any discussion is taking place at this stage, means at reading first stage. But students, the members in the parliament may oppose the bill if there is any sufficient ground to oppose it. For example, if the bill violates the constitution, violates the rules and regulation, means to say the laws of the Constitution of India, then in that case members may oppose the bill. Then students, after the reading first stage, means after the introduction of the bill in the parliament, the presiding officer of the lower house, means to say the speaker of Lok Sabha, and the presiding officer of the upper house, means to say the chairman of Rajya Sabha, may refer the bill to the standing committee for examination and to take suggestions from that committee. Like, for an example, the Committee of Environment and Forest has invited suggestion on civil liability on nuclear damage bill 2010. Students, like this, there are many committees that are basically invited by the presiding officers of the houses in order to take their suggestions related to the bill. Then students, after this, the bill may be sent to the joint select committee of the 2 houses of the parliament, and then it may be circulated or eliciting public opinion. And students, at this stage, the members of the parliament may changes or amend the bill based on the standing committee suggestions or on their recommendations. While there is a fact that the government is not bound to accept such recommendations or suggestions that are provided by the standing committee. Now students, at reading third stage, the house votes on the redrafted bill, and if the bill is passed in one of the house, then it is sent to the second house where it goes through the same second and third readings again. And students, if the other house of the parliament may reject the bill, then there may the deadlock happen. Means if a bill passed by one house is rejected by the other house, or the houses have finally disagreed as to the amendments to be made in the bill, or more than 6 months elapsed from the date of the receipt of the bill by the other house without the bill being passed by it, this situation is called deadlock. And students, if the government wants to break this deadlock, then they can go for a joint sitting under the Article 108 of the Constitution of India. And students, after the bill is passed by both chambers, means the upper house of the parliament and of the lower house of the parliament, then it is sent to the president for his approval or his signature, which if granted then creates a public law. Students, when a president comments on and refuses to sign a bill, then it is known as a veto, and a vetoed bill may return to the parliament for reconsideration. But students, the president can return it only one time, and if both the houses pass the same bill again, then the president is bound to sign it. Then students, ultimately after the signature of the president on the bill, it is notified as an act, and as well as the bill is brought into the force, and rules and regulations are made by the executives who implement the act and table it in parliament. And students, that's how a bill become a law. Now students, let's discuss what are unpopular and controversial laws. Students, there have been certain situations where after the parliament passed a law, it became unpopular among the citizens of the country. And students, at times, even if a law is constitutionally valid and thereby legal, people may find it unacceptable and unpopular because they feel that the intention behind it is unfair and harmful for them. And students, therefore, a group of people may come ahead to criticize the law, hold meetings regarding it, write against it in newspapers, report to TV channels, etc. Then, in that case, there is a pressure on the parliament to change this. And that's how the involvement and the enthusiasm of the citizens of the country help the parliament to perform its representative functions properly. And that's how a bill become a law in a democratic country. Now students, that's all about your chapter number 4. And with this topic here, your chapter is completed. Now I will be come back soon with another chapter. Till then, stay home, stay safe and stay healthy.